Good evening. My name is Kian Alexander, and today we will be walking through a hypothetical internal systems audit at Bayer Chemical Plant. So the purpose of this audit will be conducted in compliance with ISO 19011. We will evaluate the compliance with ANSI Z10 implementations and operations. We will be comparing ISO 9000 Section 200 and quality management principles, and we will provide evidence-based findings for improvement. So the audit objective will be verifying implementation of ANSI Z10, assess effectiveness of hazard controls and operational procedures, confirm alignment with ISO 9000 principles, including leadership, process, and approach, validate training, competence, and emergency preparedness, and identify non-conformities, corrections, and opportunities to improve. So the criteria of this audit, we'll start with ANSI Z10 risk assessment and control, ISO 9000 Section 2000 process-based quality principles, ISO 19011 guidelines for auditing management systems, the internal company procedures, as well as OSHA 1910 general industry references. So to begin with the scope, it'll cover the methods for identifying hazards, JSA's job safety analysis, process ranking and prioritizing risk controls, implementation of engineering and administrative and personal protective equipment. This audit will not cover environmental management or financial reporting or training programs. So the audit team will consist of Keon Alexander, which is myself as the lead auditor. I've been trained and have experience in process safety. Team number 2 will be Tristan Butler. He is the safety specialist, which has experience in risk analysis and hazard control. Michael Musco, who is the process technician auditor. He has experience in chemical plant operations. And Brianna Billiot as team member 4 with contractor management, who is in charge of records, logs, and procedure enforcement. Company assumptions. So Bayer facility is fairly big. The plant itself has about 800 employees, not including contractors on the site. They utilize formal hazard identification such as JSAs and JHA, job safety analysis and job hazard analysis. Written standard operating procedures and lockout tagout procedures are in place. Annual risk assessments for critical tasks and electronic documentation and permits to work software. The documents to review. So we'll have a written risk assessment, a procedure, job safety analysis, and job hazard analysis library, incident reports for the last 2 years, corrective action logs, personal protective equipment hazard assessments, safety meeting records, training documentation, and work permits such as lockout, tagout, and hot works. So the schedule we will be following for this audit will begin with the opening meeting, which will be followed by review of hazard identification process, observation of at least 2 active tasks, worker interviews, review of physical controls, including guards, alarms, and ventilation, verification of implemented corrective actions, and a recap with the audit team. So during these worker interviews, they will be asked how hazards are identified, whether they feel employees understand the risk ranking, how they report hazards and incidents, whether controls are available and being used, and the effectiveness of the training and the supervision. The audit will be graded and consist of the findings based on conformity, which is meeting ANSI Z10 requirements. Next, minor non-conformity, which is process exists but is inconsistent, followed with major non-conformity, which means it's required, a process missing or not followed. Observation, improvement opportunity, and last, best practice, which means it exceeds above standard expectations. So the reporting process will draft a report within 5 business days of conducting the audit, and it'll include a summary of our activities, the evidence of our objectives, non-conformities, recommendations, and the final report, which will be issued after our team reviews it, as well as our management sign-off. Corrective actions. We'll start with the root cause analysis required for major findings. Action plans must include assigned owner, completion dates, verification of effectiveness, and a follow-up audit, which will be scheduled in 90 days, 3 months after we complete this one. And to close off, the audit will ensure risk assessment process aligns with ANSI Z10. We'll identify gaps before incidents occur. We will make sure it improves overall safety culture and operational reliability, and it'll support continuous improvement and compliance. And that wraps up our hypothetical internal systems audit at Bear Chemical Plant. I hope everybody enjoyed it and can implement it into how y'all will conduct y'all audits as well and get some improvement out of it. Thanks for y'all time and have a good day.